Yeah, this is where I grew up. My dad designed and built this house. And it was a hell of a nice house. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay, anyway, I just wanted that on the deal so that I always think the fact that my dad could build such a nice house proves that I can maybe come up with a good idea and build some shit too. Anyways, I got the internet idea, and it's better than it's ever been, and I can make more money than I ever thought possible. We used to deliver papers. Oh yeah. Well, we had a nice community, like a lot of opportunities. See the back alley? It was good for sleigh riding. And anyway, and I had a pretty good education. But anyway, they took out every fucking house in the whole area. But there's a school. Just a nice little school. That's where they start screwing around with you, though. Anyway, I hope to God they didn't tear down my dad's house that he built. Because he built another one here. Usually they're too nice to tear down. Yeah, there it is. Pretty sweet, eh? I always think I'll buy that house and move it. That's what I might do, because I want to buy the big house back. Anyway, the deal's $1 a day. I was writing up a deal for $1, and then I made it $1 a week dues. And then I got this great idea to make it $1 a day. But at $1 a day, everybody can afford to pay $1 a day, but they can't afford to pay $25. And it adds up to $365 a year, which is more money than you could ask. And then if they pay, there's a $2 bonus. So you pay your seller $3, but the way it works is you build your own website. Like it's $1 to buy the rights to reproduce and sell the website, and then you have to advertise, but you can buy 500,000 hits on the internet for about $50, so you get 500,000 chances at $1. Basically, if you make a sale, if they pay the bonus, every sale you make's worth about $1,095 a year. But there's this other thing that makes more money than it makes so much fucking money, it's incomprehensible. But it's a 10% tip. So what you do is, say if you make $100, if you sell 100 deals, you make $100. So you pay your original seller a 10% tip, $10. But if each one of your 100 players sells 100, they make 100, and then they tip $10 from 100 people, so you make 1,000. And then you kick another 100 out the door for your tip. But and then if they sell, if those 100 people sell 100, anyway, you can make $10,000. And with everybody selling only 100 deals, and then it steps up to $100,000. And the method of payment is PayPal. And but that's if PayPal kicks you out or whatever, cancels your account. I was talking to GoDaddy yesterday, and there's about two or three or four options that you can get through GoDaddy if you have to open up a store. But it's up to the new player to accommodate the seller's method of payment. And I got stopped by the cops here one time. Probably had some marijuana on me. Anyways, because I used to catch the bus. But anyway, when I was a kid, we could make all kinds of money, like rototilling, but people don't have gardens. Then there was power raking, and nobody was doing it, and you could rent the machine after 3 and work it all night. And then the best idea I had was firewood by the wheelbarrow to apartments and condominiums when I was a kid. 15 for 1, 2 for 25, 4 for 40. But anyway, I did that for about 25 years, and then I had a sawmill, and I had a bunch of equipment, and then I had to make $10,000 in payments. So the only idea I had was to sell little spruce trees that I dig in the forest to get a permit for 20 trees. I just can't count very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forest ranger goes to work at, or quits at 4:30. We go to work at 5. I just made about $1,000 in the last 2 days selling trees. But you can make with my idea, you can make like 10 grand a day. like, and then plus that's only on the single dollar, the 10% tip that you, if everybody sells 100, but if it's 100 a day, then it makes like $10,000 a day. But I want to buy that big ass duplex back because we got rooked because my mom signed a piece of paper and then the fuckers bought it within an hour, and they just paid the asking price, but it was only about a third of what it was worth then, and now it's worth about 2.5 million. But I want to buy that and give it to my son, and give my ex-wife some money and pay some of my bills. I know where there's a nice 65 Cadillac, but I always say I'm not trying to buy a yacht. I'm just trying to buy. I just would like to be able to afford to pay my speeding tickets and fill both tanks in my truck, and I want my kid to quit school, and you know, because his school is obsolete because of Google. But anyway, what makes it legal is we're declaring the product to be the game and the website itself, so we have a pretty good argument. And the thing is, also every other deal on the internet has a publisher, reseller, or what have you, so they're all working some kind of pyramid scheme, so that law is obsolete. Plus we do have a product, and I was in Amway one time, but you don't have to bother everybody like with Amway. But the only reason that this deal can make so much money is because you can hit up like 500,000 people for $50 and on a $1 idea. But everybody, and I just recently put this $1 deal together, and it's like tomorrow I'm going to write it up, and then I'm going to buy like at least $100 worth of advertising, maybe 1 million hits, or they're called impressions when it brings up your website. It's called a pop-up under ad. But then if you get a certain amount of traffic, you're allowed to become a publisher. So if you get right on it, you can get signed up as a publisher and provide enough traffic, and then they pay you almost the same amount that it costs for a hit. So basically you get free traffic, and I'm pretty damn sure my idea is upside down. It ain't even, I used to say it was a triangle, runs like a top. But anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a stacked up deal, and it goes like a straight trajectory. But there's a saying, if you want to hit the moon, shoot for the stars. But my deal is straight up, and we're going for it. And no one's getting ripped off. The only one that's going to get ripped off is yourself for not buying in. And I'm going to put this video up tomorrow, and then I'm going to put it on my idea. But I wanted to get that house on there. Plus, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, anyway, and you can play for free. If you don't have $1, you can start playing, and then you're gonna have to carry the idea for, like, when you first start, you might have to throw a couple dollars at it, or to keep it, to fulfill your obligations. And then once you start making over $100 a day, you should pay your seller the tip, the $3 bonus. But the tip makes a shitload of money, and every time I write up a deal, it comes down to the tip. But as the inventor, I don't have anybody to tip. But put it this way, if you tip out about $110, you make about 10 grand. So I only make 10 grand, $110 more than anybody else, but I've already spent thousands on traffic and different ideas, and I bought into a couple other guys' bullshit ideas and stuff. So anyways, and I've been carrying this idea for 20 years and floating the buck on it. But anyway, I'm going to keep on going. But now the deal is, the problem I had was everybody wants me to make a buck before they'll sign up. So, but this deal is so fucking good, everybody should buy in no matter what. And then if you can live with the fact that I'm going to be making a little bit extra money, 10%, but I've already spent thousands. And the thing is, I don't even have a computer, but you might have more cash than I do. But if I was you, I'd be getting a fucking bank loan. But I'm going to advertise to make $1 million. But I'm gonna, and you can use if you don't want to use your prepaid credit card, if you think you're going to get scammed or whatever, you can buy a prepaid credit card, but buy a Visa because it works better than MasterCard, it seems, on the internet. And anyway, I made pretty good money hand over fist my whole entire life, but I had a lot of opportunities because we could do these simple jobs. But I think the biggest problem in the world is these fucking corporations. And one time I asked a millionaire, because I used to ask all the people I ran into that had a lot of money, because I made a study out of it, and I asked them how they did it. But one guy told me he poured out salt and said like little increments, a little bit at a time makes $1 million. And this other millionaire told me one time when I quizzed him, he said one little deal at a time makes $1 million. So this deal's set up to make $1 million, but it might even make if you take a penny and double it for 30 days, you'll make $1 million. I might figure out how much you make if you double $1. But see, that's the thing with our idea. If it starts at $1, it will get up to 10 or 100 or $1,000. It doesn't matter where we start. Plus, every